How are you watching News 24 Live? I'm Nick Pawson. This morning I'm here to preview your sports action. We've got the final round of the Currie Cup and of course Bafana taking on Congo away in their AFCON qualifier. Garen, good morning.
Morning, Nick.
Flying solo this morning?
I am indeed.
Let's start with the Bafana clash.
Right.
Of course, we're lying second in our Group A AFCON qualifier. Playing Congo away, it sounds like there are a couple of obstacles, artificial turfs, the heat.
Right.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, never an easy thing to travel into Africa. Deepest, darkest Africa. You encounter, hostile away crowds, referees a little bit biased towards the home team. Artificial pitch, as you mentioned. We liken an artificial pitch with hockey, not so much soccer. Obviously, that will sort of result in a true flow of the ball across the ground. It'll probably favour the team that passes the ball better. So South Africa will just have to overcome that. But having said that, they've made a really good start to their qualifying campaign for next year's AFCON tournament in Morocco. It's probably worth repeating exactly what they need to do. All they need to do is finish in the top two in their pool to go through to the tournament. There's even a chance that if they're the best third place finisher, they'll still go through. But to take that doubt away, finishing in the top two is obviously what they're aiming for. They're currently second, like you said, behind Congo, who have won their first two matches. So this is a big, top of the table clash. We've obviously got Nigeria lurking in third spot, who plays Sudan. Now, Sudan have been sort of the whipping boys of the group so far. They've lost both their games. So I expect Nigeria to beat Sudan. If Bafana don't beat Congo away, then Nigeria will have closed the gap. They might even go ahead of South Africa. So then it becomes a little bit trickier. After this match, we've played got three matches to go. We've still got to play all these teams again. So it's not cut and dry yet. Even though we've got off to a good start, beating Sudan away and then drawing with Nigeria in Cape Town. So Shakes Mashaba, his campaign as coach off to a great start, but it's not a foregone conclusion that we've still qualified for this tournament, and it'll be a massive setback if we don't qualify for AFCON. It's only the 16 best teams in Africa. If we're not there, we're never going to really get to a World Cup. So this is should be a foregone conclusion that we do qualify for this. We've had a great record in the past at AFCON level. So I expect them to get through, but it's going to be a tricky match this weekend. I think South Africa will probably even be happy with a draw. Take a point away and move on to the next match, which will be next Wednesday against Congo again, but in South Africa. Far easier sort of to win at home. So I think they'll be happy with a draw.
And of course, Shakes, he's very insistent on sort of rotating the captaincy. He said in the media, Miyiwa captaining the first two games.
Right.
Do you think he's likely to retain the captaincy, or surely at national level you need to settle on a captain?
Yeah, one would think so. Certainly that's the case in rugby and cricket. But he has come out and said, he hasn't decided on his captain. I think I'm not 100% sure that's true. Itumeleng Khune is the Kaizer Chiefs and Bafana captain, but he is injured at the moment. So I'm sure when he comes back, he's going to get the armband permanently going forward. So at the moment, while Khune's out, he's sort of rotating just to see who's perhaps next best as a captain. As you say, Senzo Miyiwa, the Pirates keeper, he's captain to date in the two matches. But we haven't named our starting 11 rather for Saturday. But I wouldn't be surprised if he got the captaincy again. I don't really see a point in just handing it around willy-nilly. Go with what you know. Go with the next best. Miyiwa's time in goal for Bafana probably limited until Khune returns anyhow. So I don't see any problem keeping him as the captain. Soccer very different to rugby and cricket in terms of the importance of a captain. There's no real dialogue with the referee as there is often in rugby. So in goal, having a captain there, he just sits there and doesn't do too much chatting to the referee. So I don't see a problem there. I don't think it's a big thing. I think it's probably been overblown a little bit. But interesting that he would even mention that he's wanting to rotate the captaincy.
And I mean, Shakes probably, his tenure is going to be defined by whether or not he qualifies for AFCON. If he doesn't, he's probably out. Eh?
Absolutely. We've been through at least, like you said, at least 30 coaches, it seems, in the recent past. So, this is on his mandate, the next tournament that he needs to qualify us for. I'm pretty sure he will do. So, that will be like a tick in his box. But you know, the World Cup obviously in a couple of 4 years' time now is the main goal. But you know, you build experience and that sort of thing by qualifying for these more junior local tournaments, if you like. So it's the next stepping stone to the next World Cup. We sort of have to get there. We have to improve our ranking in Africa, therefore in the world. So you know, he's off to a good start, as I said. But you know, it's not a foregone conclusion that we're still going to go through. We've got a tough group to get through. You know, they obviously are far easier groups, but with Nigeria, you know, they're a powerhouse of African football. If they don't make it through in our group, that's a massive, massive shock. So Congo are sort of like the dark horses. You know, they're off to a fantastic start, but whether they last the pace remains to be seen.
And of course, they're ranked a lot higher than South Africa. They're 48th, whereas we're 67th.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the ranking is a little bit strange in soccer as well as many other sports, but they are certainly ranked ahead of us. They actually, bizarrely, weren't in this tournament. Rwanda were meant to be in our group, but they were booted out for fielding an illegible player. So Congo came in, but they were even ranked higher than us. So 67, not a fantastic ranking in the world for Bafana. They'll certainly look to improve that. And at the same time, while you improve your world ranking, obviously your African ranking goes up, and then better draws, you know, more experience and that sort of thing. You should be a shoo-in for these sort of tournaments at least.
So prediction for tomorrow night?
I'm going to go with the draw, and I think Shakes will be happy with the draw. I think we'll score, so I'm going for 1-1. I think that'll be a fair reflection of the match.